Good evening, Nigeria. Good evening, Victoria Island. Good evening, Lagos. Brand new, wonderful year on Lifted Heart. The first in the series of Lifted Heart reaching you live on your wonderful station, your recharge station, NTA2, Lagos Network Center. I remain yours truly, the Mayor, Isaac Brown. How has it really been? The long holidays. I hope you did enjoy yourself, beginning from Xmas to the New Year celebration. We've got a business here on NTA, especially when it's 10 p.m. in the night. And the day is Thursday or Saturday. It's about lifting your heart and lifting your soul. And of course, so many issues. I must really say this to all the good, wonderful fans and lovers of Lifted Heart. Well, some couple of weeks, we've been on vacation, but we're back on the block. And the first thing I'm going to ask you to do this brand new year, as usual, is to help me lift the heart and soul of someone, somewhere. Watching me live tonight. Yes, he is watching me live tonight. But I also believe his story is not just his own story. I believe it's a story that will surely make more of an hurricane in various homes of people watching me live tonight. The issue on Lifted Heart this wonderful evening is all about one thing. Probably it's something you've had a cause in the past to have to grapple with. I'm talking about the issue of house helps. House helps. Housemaid. Call them different names. Oh, you're watching me live tonight. You've got one in your home. You're watching me live tonight. You're contemplating getting one in your home. Oh, people are going to say, look, Isaac, why won't we in this our climate, in this country, take on the assistant of an helper? Especially when it comes to many in homes. Oh, it's been said, in most homes in this country, when you do not have regular electricity, when you do not have stable water supply, surely you need somebody to assist you and your family occasionally. So it's been said ourselves, as far as a lot of people are concerned, very necessary. But tonight on Lifted Heart, when I roll out the story, you begin to figure out what are truly their necessary evil. Because live on television this wonderful evening, I have a story of a young man. It's a man, yeah. His name is Tuji. He shared his personal story with me. And that actually propelled me to say, look, I'm going to share this live on television. And I believe somebody watching me tonight who probably have had similar experiences or is still experiencing something along this line will share his or her thoughts live for all of us to learn from. House helps. Are they really necessary evil? Why will a man almost in his late 20s still refuse, as we speak this evening, to forgive his father and, of course, more importantly, his mother? Yes. You begin to wonder why. Well, I'm just going to tell you, it's all about the story of house help. House help, they come in different forms and shapes, right? There are folks, people bring from their villages to come and assist them in their home, especially a young couple. And there are those that are imported. They call them, you know what I'm saying? They are immigrants, especially from West African countries. And they find their way into Nigeria, and people pick them from various homes, pay bills on them. It appears to be a racket, right? Some people bring them in, and some people get to use them. Yes, in various homes watching me live tonight, you probably have one or two. But I want to sit back, relax, and take a listen to this story. Tunji is telling me, up to this very moment, the reason why I won't forgive his parents. Tunji's problem did start before he got to know who he really was. He started having this challenge as I speak, which has come to stay with him when he was, according to the story he shared with me, he was just barely less than 2 years old. 2 years old. According to Tunji, the father and the mom, very busy working people. So they had to engage this West African immigrant, a young lady, to assist them at home. But you know what? Because they are working people, most of the time, according to Tuji, he was left with this housemaid, West African immigrant. Something happened that changed completely the life of Tunji up to this very moment, even though he's in his late 20s. According to him, one fateful day, the dad, the mom, according to him, went to work as usual. And they left Tunji with the housemaid at home. Of course, when you have a baby, oftentimes they have every reason to cry, every reason to complain, but you're going to have to find a way by which you need to do what they really want at a given point in time. Tunji said, this particular fateful day, the housemaid picked him up, went to the balcony, because according to him, they were actually staying then in a 3-story building, and the parents actually were residing at the first floor. Tunji said, according to the story he was told, the housemaid was playing with him and was throwing up and down. Probably Tunji was crying at that point in time. To make Tunji calm down, this poor little housemaid was playing with Tunji and was throwing Tunji up and down, throwing him up and down. One very unfortunate moment, that Tunji was thrown up, according to the story he shared with me. Mistakenly, he fell down from this first floor, out of the reach of the housemaid, and he fell downstairs. Incidentally, when this happened, a neighbor, according to Tunji, who was some few meters from their house, was actually outside picking grains. And before this very neighbor, this incident actually took place. But what is the story? The story here, the big deal about the story here is this. It was believed that the housemaid actually went down to pick Tunji, brought him back upstairs, and tried to just smuggle him so that he would stop crying. But the bottom line is this. When Tunji's parents eventually got home, this housemaid, this West African immigrant, was so scared, was so afraid of the parents, that she believed silence was golden. Months after months. The bottom line is this. Most of the time, according to Tunji, it was this same housemaid that has to actually take good care of the boy, especially when it comes to having his bath. This particular incident appeared to have been the reason why it took close to 3 months before Tunji's mom actually discovered that there was a problem with her little son. It was the neighbor, according to story that Tunji shared with me, that ran into the mother one day and said, look, madam, how is your little boy doing? And the woman was puzzled. What was the problem? And the man, the neighbor, was said to have asked Tunji's mom whether she was oblivious of the fact that Tunji did fall in the hands of the housemaid. Well, the rest is history. According to Tunji, the housemaid got fired because after they put so much pressure on her, she opened up. But you know what? The damage was done. They had X-ray, and it was discovered that Tunji has actually broken his rib. You're going to wonder if this woman had taken time every now and then to have this little child's birth. Maybe she would have realized along the line, because when you keep, touching baby's body, you will feel at the point in time where there's a particular point in their bodies where when you have your hands on them, they possibly react, or they possibly, result into crying. But for a woman who most of the time had to rely on her housemaid, she never had this opportunity of figuring this out. The bottom line as you speak this wonderful evening live on television is this. Tunji said eventually he grew up having to walk in a very awkward manner, simply because of this injury he sustained at this very tender age. The parents believing, well, psychologically that they were responsible for his trouble, went further to assist him, according to G. They bought him a car, a specialized car for physically challenged, for him to be able to move around. But for this young man, he said, look, Isaac, it is one thing for me to get deformed right from heaven. But to be deformed, physically speaking, here on this planet, based on as far as he was concerned, negligence on the part of his parents made him, up to this very moment, to find it difficult to forgive his parents. So, your story.